How you guys doing? I have just found one of my best hauls in months. I went into Big Lots, and the reason why I went in there is because a few weeks ago, or like a week ago, I heard there's a buy two get one two deal on movies. There unfortunately was not, but I was also hearing when that happened there was restock, and holy cow did I find a lot of stuff. I guess I don't even know where to start. I mostly got I got all box sets here. And they were more than I would normally pay for in the place like this. All these were $10 for the most part. There was only one of them that was more than that. And you kind of just saw a peek of what they were. But let's start with the big one. I saw this on the shelf I knew I had to get. This is the Casablanca 70th Anniversary Collector Set. Now, I already have this movie. It's probably coming to 4K, and I'll probably buy that too. But this is an out-of-print box set that comes with so much stuff. Documentaries that will probably not be on the 4K. It has a collector. And this is one of my all-time favorite movies. I am perfectly okay with owning an extra copy of this movie. Especially one that looks as beautiful as this. And look, there's the piece count of how much is in the set. There's only so many of these in the world. This set is actually out of print now. Because it was released back when the Blu-ray first came out. In fact, this came out at a time where Warner Brothers was actually doing a lot of these collector sets and for their older titles. Now they don't really do that. They did that for Singing in the Rain, Little Shop of Horrors around this time, things like that. So I think they did one for Willy Wonka. It comes with a French poster of the movie, which I'm going to put on my wall because I love this movie. And it comes with a coaster set, which is weird that this comes with a coaster set, but I actually might use these coasters because I actually have been thinking about buying coasters, which just sounds weird to admit in a video like this, but you know, I might actually use them. So I'm not going to open them right now, but you know, coaster set comes in this little fancy little case here, so that's neat. And then you got a 60 page book, tons of like info about the movie, images, read-ups, and then of course you get the movie itself, which is 3 discs. One is the movie itself on 1 disc, and then the second disc is all special features, including some feature-length documentaries excuse me, I cannot speak today, and a DVD copy of the movie, which, you know, I'm only worried about disc 2 because yeah, I mean, this is a fantastic set. If you're a big fan of this movie, you gotta have this set, if you ask me, just for the book itself and the extra disc that has special features. I mean, I could really do without some coasters in a set like this. But, you know, it's cool, I guess, if you're a fan of this movie. Yeah, and I got this for $20. And could you imagine? Because I was on Amazon, I was actually looking at buying this set back in the day. This was an $80 set. I mean, of course, it went on sales, went down to $60. I think at one point it went down to $50. But this was a very, very expensive set. You know, I mean, this was not cheap. So to see it show up in a Big Lots of all places and, you know, be like 20 bucks is insane to me. Because this is like an $80 set for one of the greatest films ever made. I mean, make no mistake. I don't care if you're someone who doesn't like black and white movies or whatever. If you want to actually pursue or be interested in film at all, you have to watch Casablanca. It's one of the greatest films ever made. You may not love it in the same way everyone else does, but maybe live with it, sit with it, and then maybe go back to it. Maybe you'll like it more. I don't know, but this is one of the greatest films ever made. Tons and tons of people will tell you this. It's a classic. This is a beautiful box set. Just awesome, awesome. And that was 20 bucks. So next thing I got was the Magnificent 7 collection. Now this is an amazing deal, okay? Because this, as you can see, it's right there. It says 10 bucks. Now normally, if I'm just buying one movie or even 2 movies, the most I'll pay is 5 bucks at a Big Lots. But however, this is a set that I've wanted for multiple years, and it's been like 20 bucks, 18 bucks on Amazon. And to get it for 10 bucks is a great deal because it includes the original Magnificent Seven. Now, the remake is not included on this set at all, but you get the original Magnificent Seven, classic Western right there. You got the Return of the Magnificent Seven, Guns of the Magnificent Seven, and the Magnificent Seven Right Again. And that is 4 movies for $10 on Blu-ray. That is an incredible deal. And yeah, I mean, these are classics. At least the first one is anyways. I don't know about the sequels, but I've never seen them. I'll have to check them out. But, you know, this is a great movie for a great set for $10. You get 4 movies on each individual disc. That's an amazing deal right there. But we're not done yet. This next set has even more movies. And the next one here is the Scorpion King set, which is 5 movies for $10. 5 movies for $10. Basically, you're paying like $1 per movie here. Or am I doing my math? No, I'm not doing my math right. Whatever. But, you know, I mean, you're basically paying like, I don't know, like $3, $2 per movie. Whatever, you know. So that's an amazing deal. It's like $2.50 per movie. Now, I will say that you can get the first Scorpion King on 4K, but the other ones you can't. They're only on Blu-ray. And these are, and also, if you know anything about the Scorpion King, these are direct-to-video sequels. But still, in a nice nifty case, all on individual disc, one set, $10, incredible deal. Next one we're going to show you here is actually one I've been trying to get for a while. And this was also $10, the Hangover Set. These are comedy classics at this point, you know. I'm not going to deny that. I actually have seen this in store a couple times. It was on $20 on Amazon. I was like, eh. And then I saw it in Target one day for $13. And I was buying a lot of stuff that day. So I put it back, thinking, oh, I didn't have enough money. Then I realized, no, I did have enough money. So I was mad at myself. So I go back to Target to go buy it. And it's not there anymore. So I missed out on this multiple times. So I was glad to finally have this. But, you know, 3 movies for $10. This one's probably the weaker one in the deal. Like, you know, I mean, you can find most of these movies at thrift shops. But it's also got a retrospective documentary about interview with the cast and crew of The Hangover that's like feature length. So that's a really neat set. I mean, look how nice these boxes are. Like, these are not cheap little box sets. They're actually nifty little sets for $10. Then last one I got here was a DVD set. Now you might be thinking, DVD? Why? Why? I mean, you're talking about Blu-rays, you're talking about cool stuff, and then you're like, DVD? Where the shit do you get up? But this was a set called Will Rogers Collection, Volume 1. Now, this is a 20th Century Fox box set of a bunch of Will Rogers movies. It does come with the little tiny, tiny booklet. This is, I could just fold this right in half like that. Like, this is how thin this is. There's not much in here. Quick little read-ups about the 4 movies in these sets. But a lot of these movies are classics that have only ever been released to DVD and if they've been on DVD, it's from 20th Century Studio Classics line. Now, if you don't know what that line is, that is a line where these are burn-on-demand discs, kind of like Warner Archive type stuff. So these were really cool to get in a set for $10 because they probably are worth more than that, and they're out of print. We got Will Rogers and Doubting Thomas. I've never seen any of these movies, and I'm going to check them out. And then you got In Old Kentucky, Life Begins at 40, which actually that's not true because life actually begins when you're born. And when you're born, you're 0 years old. Think about it. Steamboat Round the Bend. So there's that. So you got this awesome set for $10. And this is it's a bigger box set because it's than the rest of these. For $10. And these are just awesome deals. So these are just some of the things I found at Big Lots. They didn't really restock in like standard Blu-ray cases. Now that's just my Big Lots. Your Big Lots might be different. Now we'll go into the Dollar Tree stuff. I literally only found 2 movies one of them being Blu-ray, one of them being DVD. So nothing too interesting on the Dollar Tree front, but let me show you what I found. So one of these I actually saw a lot of people find at their Dollar Trees, but one of my Dollar Tree got movies and didn't see it. But I went to a different Dollar Tree in my area because I saw they had their little sign up, and they did have it. That is Hardcore Henry. This is a neat little movie. I probably wouldn't pay more than like $5 for this movie because it's not a great movie. This movie, if you don't know, it's shot from a first-person shooter's perspective, like a video game. It's a really neat like film experiment. It's not a very watchable movie. It's just really cool to have though. And for $1, it's definitely worth watching. It's actually a really cool action movie. It's definitely worth at least like one-time watch type thing. So for $1, that was cool. And it did come with the digital. Then I picked up MVP, Most Valuable Primate Ape, or Primate, and then MVP2, Most Valuable Primate Ape. This is a movie from the producers of Air Bud. Now, these were both released by Warner Brothers back in the day, and they're actually out of print now. And Mill Creek put these back in print, and here's the Mill Creek release. This actually came out 2 years ago, so it's really neat to have these because they're out of print. They're kind of 90s movies. I've never seen them. Who knows if they're any good, but if they were more than $1, probably wouldn't pay for them, but I think I'll at least watch them once and see how they are. They seem all right. But yeah, that's kind of cool to have. But yeah, that's everything I picked up. I mean, this is just an incredible haul and stack of stuff here that is just absolutely insane to have it all. Especially showing up in a Big Lots, you know. And even some of the Dollar Tree stuff is really neat. I mean, because this came out 2 years ago on DVD. They're out of print. Really neat to find something like that at the Dollar Tree. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And go check out your Big Lots.